Hey guys, it's Hunter. Welcome back to another video. It's time for a new episode of Boxes in the Kitchen. This is a series where, well, it's pretty self-explanatory, honestly. As a guitar YouTuber, I get a lot of packages, and because I live in a small apartment, they end up over there in the kitchen. So let's go see what we've got, what's coming up on the channel. All right, first box. Oh my god, you wouldn't even believe that we unboxed them last week. They're multiplying. All right, so this week there are a few that are time sensitive, so those definitely have to be taken care of. There's also some stuff that's been sitting here a while that I've been pretty curious about. So last unboxing, the theme was kind of America, yeah. This one is a bit more of a wild card, so strap in. I think we'll start with the most time sensitive one, and that is this thing that's come in IKEA shelf packaging. Oh no, it's Target, my bad. Either way, it's an eBay buy. Let's open it up, make sure everything's all good. And would you look at that, it's a Les Paul copy. The single cult theme of the channel continues. So this is made in Japan during the lawsuit era. The seller didn't give me any information about the specific year. It's, you know, late 70s, early 80s. So this is a lawsuit era Electra Les Paul custom. It's got the big open book headstock with the split diamond logo. So, you know, definitely ruffled a few feathers over at Gibson. It's a bolt-on rosewood fingerboard, which has been very well played. Those frets are gonna have to go too. So very different from a lot of other inexpensive Les Paul custom copies. But the reason that I wanted to check out an Electra, or specifically get a non-functioning husk, is one, I kind of wanted to see the build quality when it's all disassembled, and two, I saw Metallica last weekend, and one of James' tour guitars is actually an old Electra. That white V that he uses for a lot of the older tracks on Kill 'Em All and Ride the Lightning, that's an old, cheap bolt-on Electra that he's recently restored. So I was like, shit, I gotta check one of those out. And when this popped up for cheap, I think I ended up paying about $200, $250, including shipping. I had to get it. And the idea is I'm gonna turn this into some sort of inexpensive Hetfield-inspired GH2 tribute model. You know, eventually, since I don't have enough projects on my plate already. So it's gonna need new frets. I'm thinking maybe Jescar Golds would be fun. Gonna have to do something about this binding that's coming off. Gonna need a decent amount of cleanup. Look at how that sparkles in the light, though. I'm kind of confused about these inlays. I would say that they're proper mother of pearl. Like, they don't have the swirls you'd find in Perloid, but they're also not colorful at all. So are they just like clouded mirrors? And again, this was a very inexpensive made in Japan model. So you see the binding isn't that ornate. I don't know if you'll be able to see this on camera. There is a carved shape to the top, but it's very, very shallow. Like, it's a very subtle carve. There's also like a layer of space in between the body and the top. Super weird. No idea what that's about. That's pretty funny. The control cavity is tiny compared to a normal Les Paul, to the point where MIDI pots look normal sized in it. Obviously, all that's gonna have to go, but the routing is pretty decent. But yeah, I mean, it feels pretty solid, honestly. Got a couple of weird vintage budget guitar quirks, but overall not bad. Someone obviously loved playing this thing, which is a very, very good sign. Once we get the frets sorted and get this all cleaned up, throw in some EMGs, I mean, this is gonna be a sick Hetfield tribute guitar. So that is my newest vintage Les Paul. Again, I've got a lot of projects going on right now, so don't expect this to be anytime soon. We've got a 65 Melody Maker, we've got a 79 Les Paul, kit build with no experience, Squire Mini Jazzmaster. So this is now at the end of a very long project queue, but stick around, subscribe so you don't miss it. I promise you it'll be worth the wait. One last little look at this vintage Les Paul custom. And let's go see what else we got. So you might be wondering, Hunter, how do you afford all these projects for content? Well, it's because I use my credit card a lot. Where do I keep my credit card, though? And how do I, by some miracle, manage to pay it off every month? Well, that's where today's sponsor, Ridge Wallet, comes in. They've been a long-time supporter of the channel, and if you didn't know, they're redefining the wallet. Traditional, bulky wallets suck. They collect all this useless crap, old receipts, unused loyalty cards. Meanwhile, Ridge wallets have super compact and durable frames with plates made of aluminum, titanium, or carbon fiber that can fit right into your front pocket. They've recently designed a topographic collection inspired by iconic natural locations with topography from the area's laser engraved into the aluminum. I have a huge affinity for the Naris design. Just visited Zion National Park earlier this year. Cannot recommend it enough. The park as well as the wallet, I mean. But they've got a ton of other designs to fit your personality as well. Half Dome and North Shore from the same collection are really cool too. I'm currently using the forged carbon. The plates are RFID blocking to thwart would-be scammers from stealing your card information. Trust me, it sucks when that happens. A few years ago, someone used my card to buy $5,000 worth of silver spoons once. So I love my sleek Ridge wallet. The security, the minimalism. If you want to see why so many people are switching over to the Ridge wallet, heading over to ridge.com/Agufish. And for you guys, you can use the code Agufish to get 10% off your order. Check out cool wallets, embrace minimalism. The link in the description supports the channel. Ridge.com/Agufish, code Agufish for 10% off. Free shipping as well. And while you're doing that, let's see what else is going on in the kitchen.
You're such a good girl.
All right, next box. It doesn't look like it, but I swear we're making progress. Yeah, this sad looking box here is pretty tempting. It's from a brand that I haven't worked with before, but a lot of you have been asking me to check out. Hopefully it survived the trip, because it looks like this box got maybe a little bullied on the truck. Let's open it up and see what's inside. Cool, so this is an Indio Classic Offset. I think that's the name. As always, I haven't done my research, but it's a guitar sold by Monoprice. If you're not familiar with Monoprice, they do a bunch of low-cost, like, electronics. I bought headphones and wires and adapters and stuff from them. I've also bought an overdrive pedal, but never worked directly with them and never demoed one of their guitars. And from what I've heard, for $150, they're actually quite good. Like, the fingerboard is definitely gonna need to be hydrated. The frets are a little sharp on the edges, but nothing too egregious. I can easily file those down. And look at that, I love that. Even in a $150 guitar, slightly rolled fingerboard edges for extra comfort. So obviously, we gotta see how it stacks up compared to other budget brands, compared to Harley Benton, compared to Squier. But the biggest reason I wanted to check it out, it's an HSS offset. I haven't seen any other budget offset guitars with this pickup configuration, so that is super cool. Quality wise, neck pocket doesn't look too bad. Like, how cool is that? It's almost a Squier Paranormal series type guitar. I'm not sure if I like the polar white body color with like the antique white plastics, but I mean, small nitpicky things on a $150 guitar. That's not so good though. You see that all the saddles are kind of pulling this way, so it kind of makes me wonder, because all the pole pieces are aligned. Maybe if the bridge or the neck were placed wrong. It's not too bad, but it is noticeable. I wonder if it'll affect playability. Here it is from the back, pretty standard stuff. Jazzmaster body that's got some pretty angular carves. That's how they save a little bit of money and keep the price low. They spend less time sanding and rounding the edges, because that all needs to be done by hand. Lost maple neck. Everything looks fine. No dings or anything. I like how it comes in a gig bag though, for 150 bucks. Yeah, so this will be an interesting one to compare against. I guess the Squier Affinities would be the closest competitor. I'm really just stoked about this though. I've been getting way into offsets lately. The fact that this is HSS has me really excited to see what we can do with this thing after the review in terms of like mods and stuff. Yeah, welcome to this channel where one week we're unboxing $2,400 heritage guitars, and this week we've got a budget HSS offset. We like all guitars around these parts. All right, one last little look. Let's see what else we got in the kitchen. All right, next box. And yes, you're not imagining things. One more literally just arrived as I'm filming this. Somebody please send help. But for now, I think we're gonna go with this shy one hiding back here. We've opened a project, we've opened a guitar. This box back here is clearly not a guitar. Let's see what's inside. Alright, so this is the Stage Right SB20. What do you think, Brinkle? It's again from my new friends at Monoprice. Now, the crazy thing about their Stage Right amps, they're super affordable. This 50-watt head is 400 bucks. I have no idea what it's based on. Luke and I thought it might be a JCM clone, because, well, everything's a JCM clone. Right, Brinkle? but it's got separate EQ for each channel, so maybe not a JCM. Also, adding fuel to the non-JCM theory, those are 6L6s, and they're actually JJ tubes in the back. 4 6L6s, looks like 1 preamp tube for the effects loop, 3 for the gain stages. Got your speaker outputs, line output, effects loop, foot switch, jack. Got a nice, I think this is like a faux leather handle. Feels solid. $400 new, that's insane. So we got like a bright switch for the clean channel, channel select, built-in reverb, master volume, high and low inputs. I mean, there's like nothing mind-blowing here, but it's everything that you'd need from a tube head. This is one of the best budget buys for a tube head on the market right now. And if you look around aesthetically, there's nothing wrong with the piping, the logo's not crooked. It does look a little plain, but for the money, who gives a fuck? Tube heads are creeping up there, so I mean 50 watts, proper JJ tubes too. $400, this could be a great gateway to get into tube tone. Not really much to say about it besides I can't believe in 2021 there's still a 50 watt all tube head for $400. I do have a question for you guys though. From what you've seen, what do you think this amp is based on? I've gotten a lot more into them this year and last year. Like, I can tell you all day about the Triamp Mark III or the Angle Savage Mark II, but when it comes to the more classic amp designs, I'm still learning my shit, so what do you guys think this is? All right, next box. And honestly, I think last box, because I really gotta film some demos. You know what, though? None other than Matt HEAFY from one of my favorite bands, Trivium, sent me this box. So I think we're gonna open this one. Oh, that's cool. So this right here is, and never mind, I've just been told that I am not allowed to tell you guys what this is. I guess I should say that it's not his signature Epiphone Les Paul Custom Origins, but it's still cool. I'll let you guys know what it is when I can. Man, that's disappointing. I wish I could show you guys what this is. It's also really exciting for me because Trivium's one of my favorite bands. Matt HEAFY's one of my favorite songwriters. But yeah, I guess for now, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, that way you don't miss it. I'm trying not to hype this up too much, that way when the video comes out, you guys aren't like, what the fuck? But I am really excited for this one. That'll do it for this episode of Boxes in the Kitchen. I love sharing the behind-the-scenes fun bits of being a guitar YouTuber. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Massive thanks to Million Cat Man and the rest of the amazing patrons for helping make all the content possible. All the pledges go to Luke for mixing or to Jordan and Connor for editing. So without you guys, all the content we've been pumping out recently, it just would not be possible. So thank you, thank you. You can help support the channel as well if you're interested. Social media, merch, and Discord server links, that's all in the description. As always, thank you so much for watching. You've been awesome, and I'll see you for the next video.